Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois had their first face-off in front of Wembley Stadium, and this happened.
Usyk, 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 triple D, underneath, triple D, triple D, underneath, and still, undisputed. Usyk, we're in London now. We're in London now, we're not in Poland.
As you can see, some of Usyk's team were shouting his name and some of Daniel Dubois' team were shouting his name, which is very normal. Especially teams like to cheer up their fighters, get them ready for battle. That is absolutely fine. But then you saw Daniel Dubois start to shout in front of Usyk's face and then shout towards Usyk's team. Now, this is Daniel Dubois' way of trying to intimidate Oleksandr Usyk, which for the life of me, I do not understand why Daniel Dubois would do that, because these things does not work with Usyk. We've seen it so many times in so many instances that trying to get to Usyk, trying to get under Usyk's skin, trying to get one over Usyk mentally during the fight week does not work. And I cannot believe that Daniel Dubois has not learned from Tyson Fury's mistake. As you guys would remember, Tyson Fury wanted to intimidate Usyk and started calling Usyk all sorts of names. I mean, Tyson Fury called Usyk a rabbit, called him a gap tooth, questioned his faith, questioned his religion, said he was a middleweight, said he was a midget, just a whole bunch of insults, and it did not amount to anything. And in fact, Tyson Fury had it the worst in the first fight, where Oleksandr Usyk absolutely pummeled Tyson Fury from pillar to post. And we all saw that. So this does not work with Usyk. We saw the same thing with Murat Gassiev, a guy that tried to intimidate Usyk by calling Usyk a whole bunch of names, insulting Usyk's mother, bringing family matters into the whole boxing thing. Then it becomes really muddy. Usyk took that very personally, and then we saw in that fight Usyk punished Murat Gassiev in that fight and really made him pay for the things that he said about him and his family. So look, it does not work. Daniel Dubois needs to find something else to do with his energy. Daniel Dubois needs to go over his game plan again. Daniel Dubois needs to stay calm. And as you can see in the video, Usyk was just calm, looking into Daniel Dubois' face because it's a face-off. This is not the time for Usyk to intimidate Daniel Dubois. Usyk knows that his presence in the ring already is going to intimidate Daniel Dubois. He does not need to do anything or show any action to tell the world that he's confident. And Daniel Dubois is definitely doing the opposite of what Oleksandr Usyk is doing. You see, one thing that I've realized is that during fight week, the way a fighter will behave during fight week is how they're going to fight in the ring. And it just seems to me that Daniel Dubois is really amped up. He's got a lot of nervous energy build up into him. And I think that Daniel Dubois is going to come in there and try and take Usyk's head off. He's going to try and jump on Usyk and try and hit Usyk anywhere, everywhere he can. He's going to try and low blow him. He's going to try and headbutt Usyk. He's just going to try any and everything to get under Usyk's skin in the ring itself. And I think it's going to be of his own detriment, because while spending that much energy in the first few rounds, while spending a lot of energy during the build-up of the fight and the fight week trying to intimidate Usyk, he's spending a lot of energy that he could be using in the ring. And I think in the first few rounds where Daniel Dubois is going to come and behave as he's doing during fight week will only take a lot away from his stamina. And of course, Usyk is going to make him miss and going to make him pay. So look, I don't think this is going to help Daniel Dubois in any way, shape or form. I think Don Charles and Don Charles' son, who are absolutely behaving like children during this whole fight week, is playing into Usyk's hands. And I think Usyk is going to have a field day when he realizes that Daniel Dubois is no threat and that he's just making noise for no reason. You would think Daniel Dubois will spend this time being relaxed, going over his game plan and making sure that he can come into the ring fully focused and having all that energy to go in the ring. And that's the most important thing. trying to intimidate Usyk before the fight doesn't work well for anyone. We've seen it. I mean, Usyk is the guy that have gone to everyone's backyard and beaten them. And even fighting in Poland, which was meant to be his backyard, which of course isn't because he's from Ukraine, still had to deal with Daniel Dubois in Poland. So Usyk is not intimidated by anything. We've seen it in his whole career. He's gone everywhere and he's succeeded and he's beaten everyone in your backyard. So look, I think Daniel Dubois and his team are wasting their time. I think they can spend their time elsewhere, which will be beneficial for Daniel Dubois come fight night. But you guys get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Daniel Dubois trying to intimidate Oleksandr Usyk. Is it working? Is it going to work? Is Daniel Dubois under Usyk's skin already? Get in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. My name is Bright. This is the Bright Show Podcast Boxing. If you enjoy boxing content, then please don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. I'll see you guys on the next one.